Lay back. My mind on my money and my money on my mind. Laid back. How do you drive like this?
I'm way taller than you.
Okay, but you don't normally
I'm
drive like this.
6'6". You're 5'9".
Yeah, but why are you 12 feet away from the steering wheel?
Because my arms are twice as long as your arms.
That's not true. You're not twice as tall as me.
In today's video, I warn you that you're probably going to be mad at me. You're about to be mad at me. I attempt to recreate my first ever car review on the channel.
That was my first car
you
review.
did say it was your first.
And Megan mocks me mercilessly.
Okay, there's a whole lot of just video of nothing happening.
4 years ago, when I decided to sort of transform this channel into an automotive review channel, Mazda was one of the first brands to take a chance on me. And they sent me a 2019 Mazda 3 to review, which meant a lot to me, not just because they took a chance on me, but the first car I ever bought after college was a first-gen 2004 Mazda 3. So I thought it would be kind of fun in this video to kind of recreate that first review, at least in spirit.
This was the first car I ever reviewed on this channel.
Why are you telling me that? Do you think I remember that?
Well, it was the first video I ever made.
Okay, was it any good?
Well, why don't you tell me?
Probably not. Okay, I'm just kidding. It's probably great, honey. Why is it 30 minutes long?
Because I thought people would want to watch it for 30 minutes.
Which is why I'm in the North Georgia mountains, because at the time, it seemed fitting to bring a vehicle from a company that prizes driving dynamics and handling above all else to roads like these up in North Georgia.
Your dramatic view of the, oh, and a tree. I like how you faded to the background. Little sunlight coming through the trees. Okay, is this an art video, a car video? What is this?
Well, I like cinematography. I even said it was my first car
You
review.
did say it was your first. You're very dramatic, though. What's up, YouTube? Are you trying to be like Clarkson?
Everyone's trying to be like Clarkson.
But don't you worry.
I feel like I'm in like a little sporty sports car. Is that what this is supposed to be?
Well, not really, but it is a pretty cool hatchback.
Okay, like who's the demographic for this?
Oh,
First, not me. Because
no, probably more
my
like
Stanley
me.
doesn't fit.
Okay, the Stanley doesn't fit.
The gear shift, is that what that's called?
Well, yes.
Very easy to use. Not like the other car, what was that, the Genesis that I couldn't figure out?
And the Lexus.
And the Lexus that I got stuck inside.
Most
Is that the
vehicles.
one? Most. That is a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. But this is a very normal, normal. All the buttons in here seem pretty normal. Is that good or bad?
I mean, do you think it's good or bad?
I think it's good. Sometimes I think there can be so much technology that it's distracting and it's just trying to look cool to be cool, and you don't have to be cool sometimes.
People know me.
The big change from that initial review is the engine and the all-wheel drive system. Back in 2019, this Mazda 3 hatch was powered by a 186 horsepower four-cylinder, which is not all that impressive, sending power to the front wheels. Now, it's powered by a 250 horsepower turbo 4, making 320 pound-feet of torque. And that runs through an all-wheel drive system. That makes a difference, a big difference. Yeah, a big difference. The power is immediately noticeable up here in the mountains. It makes the Mazda 3 feel genuinely quick, and that helps because the driving experience was always a cut above, especially if you switch over to sport mode, which is probably the throttle mapping and the steering maybe is a little too aggressive for normal people, but I enjoy it.
How long are you driving?
I think it's 15 minutes in this video.
That's embarrassing.
That's the length of an entire review video.
And you're just talking. while you're driving,
Yes.
and nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I still wish that they had done a Mazda speed version of this, and I don't know why they didn't. I'm not sure if it's because they're trying to be more mature or if the torsion beam is stopping them. If you didn't know, the Mazda 3 switched to a torsion beam, and in layman's terms, it's like a live rear axle for a front-wheel drive car, even though this is all-wheel drive. But let's just say it's a less sophisticated suspension. But Mazda's made the most out of it. They did it to save money, and they spent that money on the interior and some of the options, and I don't think it's really all that worse for it. Unfortunately, the new Honda Civic and the Volkswagen Golf GTI are so good that it doesn't give the 3 Turbo like a appreciable advantage over each of them. I think ultimately from behind the wheel, the main problem with the driving experience is that it is still probably near best in class, but the Honda Civic especially is so good in its most generic form that the Mazda 3 doesn't feel far enough beyond that.
How do you like the way it drives?
Very nice, actually. I'm not much on like knowing like all the fancy words that you talk about. Like, is it bouncy? Is it floaty? Is it whatever those words are. Like, it feels very smooth. It's
Words
not
about handling?
Yes. But like, let's just what normal people want to talk about. What is the car that was like really jerky on the brakes? The Lexus, right?
Yeah, that was a hybrid though.
So that's why it was jerky.
Yeah, because it had
That's
regen brakes.
This
Like,
is very smooth. Does not have jerky brakes.
Practically perfect on the pedals.
Practically perfect in every way. I feel like the wheel, you like barely turn it and it like does what you want it to do. It's very lovely, actually. This is my first time driving it too. And normally there's like this like, you know, learning curve. Not like how to drive a car, but you know what I mean. Like learning curve, like how does this feel different than the car I'm used to? And when you drive a really old Suburban, pretty much everything has a learning curve. But like, this car was like made for me. Like, I feel like I'm like not an old mom.
I'm a cool mom.
I feel like I'm like a sporty young gal.
So you're saying you want a Mazda now?
Yeah, maybe. And just never take the kids anywhere. Is that a thing that can happen?
Well, they just came out with a brand new 3-row SUV.
A Mazda?
Yeah.
Does it feel sporty like this?
It was the first one you voted out of your car picking challenge.
Whoopsie, sorry Mazda. But have I driven it? Did you give me that car?
No, they haven't got it here in Atlanta yet.
Okay, well then that's the
And
problem.
I wasn't invited to the press release.
Oh,
Well, I'm not cool enough.
but I am. Mazda.
Well,
Let me know, Mazda, I'll be there.
The rest of the car is largely the same, which means it's freaking gorgeous in this Soul Crystal Red metallic, which might be one of the all-time great colors from any brand on any car, any model. Sure, the hatchback body style might have some visibility issues, but I'll take that any day of the week if it means it looks like nothing else on the road.
so what do you think of the looks?
Well, the color is 10 out of 10. You said this is their special color?
Yes, this is Soul Crystal Red.
Well, because in certain lights it looks kind of like a maroony red, but then I just looked and the sun was like hitting the dash,
The hood, the dash.
I don't remember. I was like, what is this thing called? And it's like super bright, shiny red, and it looks really, really pretty. I love the black grille. I love the black wheels. It
Yeah,
like,
this thing looks
it's like has like the black
incredible.
on black that like the inside had.
Right.
So it's like really cool looking. It's a tiny little, cute little,
You
really
don't normally
fancy.
like small
I don't
cars.
normally like small cars. There's something. It's like the inside. Like
you
it's.
literally said the CX-30's front end was ugly.
Does it look the same as this?
Basically.
It's like it sticks out. Like
Oh, okay.
I don't like it. I don't think it's cute. No, I disagree. There's got to be something different because I really like this one. I love the black.
Apologies for the wind.
Yeah, sorry. It's like, I feel like some of the small cars like try to add all this stuff to be like sporty and cool, and
So you like
it's like
this
too
'cause
much.
the black.
This seems very simplistic to me,
Yeah.
but like in a cool, sporty way. And I love black. Like, I'm a big black on a car kind of gal, and I love the black. Like, are most grills black? Like, that looks so
No,
good.
this is kind of their best looking version of this.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, I love the way this looks.
And the wheels look awesome, and it just looks like sleek and small and like really cool looking. I would
So-
totally drive this.
Well, remember I used to have a Mazda 3.
Yeah, it was not cool
No, it's
like
a
this.
first gen.
Yeah, it did not look cool like this. But you loved that car, didn't you?
Yeah, I adored that car.
Yeah,
And I
no.
love this car too.
I love this car.
Yeah.
Can we keep it?
I wish.
I'll drive it. Okay, so the back is pretty good. I don't love the back like I loved the front though.
Well, see, the back
Is
is
that-
what makes it unique. No other car looks like this.
Yeah, it's very, I mean, it has a very Mazda look to it. Like you can tell it's a Mazda.
Oh, it
so.
has a Mazda look. Look at you, car reviewer.
Well, you had a Mazda. It reminds me of the car you had ages ago that was like a really old car. What's the silver thing there for?
I don't know. That's
I
just a trim piece.
No, I don't
Yeah.
love it. Can you get it without that?
Yeah, you can get it without that.
Or if it was black.
Oh, well, yeah.
I do like the bottom, how the bottom is black. Do they all look like that?
No, I think this one has like a black package or something. The trim is all black, like the spoiler on top.
Oh, that's what I like then. Is that why
Yeah.
the inside's all black too?
No, the inside's usually black on Mazdas. Scary.
Oh, it's not automatic?
No, it's not power. Which at 37 grand, it probably should.
It should be, shouldn't
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
This is pretty big. Got your jacket in here, but
It's okay.
I mean, for the size of the car,
It's the same as the CX-30.
but it was the CX-30 small too?
Yeah, I said it was too small.
Oh. I mean, you could fit like a couple of suitcases and go on a trip in your sporty little Mazda. I like it. I like it. I think it should have electric or automatic. What's it called? Automatic
Power closing.
power closing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do I have to close it myself?
Well, yes, it's not going to close itself. If it doesn't
I thought
have
maybe
power,
it had power. You know what?
It has the same 20 cubic feet of cargo space that the Mazda CX-30 has. It also has the same cramped rear seat. Both the Honda Civic and the Volkswagen Golf GTI feel enormous compared to this inside. But, and you're about to be mad at me, I still think that the Mazda 3 hatchback makes a case for itself. Yeah, space is limited, but notice that, like the CX-30, my driving position at 6'6" is perfection. And I don't know why, honestly, but I feel better in here. The seat maybe is a little bit more comfortable. I'm not 100% sure if there's any actual difference between the Mazda 3 and the CX-30 seats, but the seat feels a little bit more comfortable. Back seat is still totally unusable though, and I've mentioned on every Mazda 3 and CX-30 video, when I put the seat back where I like it, I'm essentially behind the B pillar, which makes getting in and out a little awkward.
Why are you blurry?
Okay, I was out of focus for most of the beginning.
On purpose?
No.
Like to be dramatic?
No.
Okay.
I had just gotten the
Like
camera.
I can't even focus on what you're saying. All I can focus on is how you're not even in focus.
Yeah, I was out of focus a lot.
But the same compromises that have always existed, they kind of persist here. Mazda's interior quality and design is above reproach. I mean, the interior is assembled with great fit and finish, high quality materials, it looks great. But the technology is falling behind a little bit, no matter how much Mazda aficionados and fans like me wish it wasn't. When I pointed that out on the CX-30, I got some pushback, people saying that Mazda still gives you more luxury for the price than other mainstream brands. But I would argue that a lot of modern buyers are now equating luxury with technology, specifically screens and infotainment systems.
I really love a black interior, and this is like black on black on black on black. Like everything is black, which I really like. It makes it look like I feel super cool and sporty in this car.
Well, that's the idea.
Do I look cool and sporty?
I mean, more so than usual.
That was rude.
Well, this is
That's
one of the
offense.
most beautiful cars in its segment. We'll get to that later.
And the leather, is it real? Or is
Yeah,
it fake?
I mean, it's
I mean,
pretty
it
much-
looks real. Like everything
this
looks
is
real.
a $37,000 hatchback.
The $37,000. That's a lot
Yeah, it is.
for a tiny car.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, it does look cool. When you drive around, do people know that you pay like good money for this hatchback?
Yeah, yes.
Or are they
and
like, man,
no.
that guy's driving a Mazda?
If you know, you know.
If you know, you
Mazda
know.
would like everyone to know, but people like me know.
No, but I like it. I feel really like low down and sporty, and I really like the seat. It's like hugging me in a good way, you know? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
That it's supposed to do? Like good lumbar support, good like butt support, good like back. Like it's wrapping me in a cocoon of safety
support.
and support. But for real, like I like that. That's good, right? The heads-up display is nice. It's like actually at a good place, like where I can see it. Probably because you were like laid into the back seat driving, so.
Yeah.
This is a fully loaded Mazda 3 Turbo, which means it costs $37,000, which is almost exactly the same as the Mazda CX-30 I had just a few weeks ago. I ding that car for being too small at this price point, mainly because it's essentially this car on stilts masquerading as an SUV. But this isn't. This is a car. This is a beautiful car. This is a car that looks unlike anything else in its segment. It drives better than almost anything else in its segment. And on top of all that, it's a beautiful freaking car. Yeah, I would have this. I'm sorry, I know that doesn't make sense because I literally was like, the CX-30 is overpriced at 37 grand. This is also missing cooled seats. This is also a bit on the snug side, but just look at it. It looks so much more special than the CX-30.
You liked the CX-30,
No, I said it was too small.
but too small because it's trying to be an SUV.
Right.
But this is a car,
So I'm okay with
so
it.
you're okay with it being small.
Even
Okay.
though they're both $37,000.
So why would you get the CX-30? To be a little higher off the ground?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you don't love driving cars. You like being higher.
No, but
up
I
there.
liked this though.
Yeah.
If I want an SUV, I want it to be a big SUV.
Yeah.
If I want a car, I want it to be a car.
Yeah.
If I want an SUV, I don't want it to be an SUV that's a tall car. That
Yes.
seems...
See, we're
Okay.
actually on the
Yeah,
same page
sorry. I
there.
feel like you missed the mark there, Mazda.
So should you buy a Mazda 3 Turbo fully loaded like this one for $37,000? Because unfortunately in the Mazda 3 hierarchy, you have to step up to the Turbo model and spend some money to do so in order for it to kind of feel truly special. Well, a Honda Civic fully loaded costs less, but it only comes with like 180 horsepower 4-cylinder and a CVT. You could get the Civic Si, which is much more engaging, but it still comes with less power and a 6-speed manual and doesn't have all the creature comforts. Optioned about the same, the Volkswagen GTI comes in at about the same price, but it has that annoying user interface and it will probably break. And optioned almost about the same, the Subaru WRX costs around the same or more than this Mazda 3 Turbo, but it requires you to take up vaping.
Okay, there's a whole lot of just video of nothing happening.
Okay, maybe I went a little hard on the video.
Since the mega hot hatches like the Civic Type R and the Toyota GR Corolla have been pushed into the $40,000 range, that's assuming that you can even find one at that price. That leaves the Mazda 3 Turbo Hatch and the Volkswagen Golf GTI in that mid-30s range as sort of more premium options. And as an indulgence, to be honest with you, I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I'm kind of fine with that. And despite the fact that the Volkswagen GTI maybe objectively handles a bit better than this Mazda 3 Turbo, I'd probably still go with the Mazda 3 Turbo, mainly for the looks.
Really ridiculously good looking?
It's like a really good looking car. I really like it. Like, I just like, really like it. And the inside,
Oh, you want a sports car instead
yeah,
of an
maybe,
SUV?
maybe. I mean, I feel like I drove it well. It handles well.
So Mazda has
Makes me
changed
feel
you.
young and alive.
Well, that do you know Mazda's tagline is "Feel alive"?
It made me. Mazda! Mazda, call me if you want to work. For real though?
No, it is. Look at the license plate and back.
Mazda, feel. It does. It made me feel alive. And guys, I did not just say that. I did not know that that was the tagline. That's just how it made me feel. Like, I feel young and alive and vibrant, and I just want to go drive in the mountains.
So, like
Or in
my
Buckhead,
video,
like your video.
my video for 30 minutes.
Yeah, but I won't make people like watch me do it for that long.
Okay.
Because I'm, not crazy like you, but whatevs.
You shut your goddamn trash mouth.
Personally, I hope you take two things away from this review. The first is that sometimes liking vehicles makes no sense. I think the Mazda CX-30 is not giving you enough for the price, and I do think it could use a little bit more technically advanced options. This car is literally almost identical to that. Do I wish it had, a more updated infotainment system and cooled seats and stuff like that? Sure, for $37,000, but it is so achingly gorgeous and it handles so well and it makes you feel so special that to me, weirdly, it transcends the price. Also, the other takeaway is that everyone starts somewhere. So I hope you've enjoyed some of these interludes of my probably objectively terrible first review while Megan balks me, like I said, mercilessly. But you know what? Keep your chin up. even if your spouse is reminding you to stay humble. We'll put it that way. I'll see you in the next video.
Okay, good job, honey. Hopefully this one's better.
Yeah, at least that guy's rocking a cool scrambler.
Do I look cool doing hand motions? Like we all know it. We all know you fast forward through all the parts of the video that I'm not.
Probably true.
Sure, this hatchback model might have... For f***'s sake, you f***ing redneck. Get the f*** out of here.